bathrooms, couldn't read from the same books. There was this really cool story, and I kind of thought it was funny because the guy is nicer than I am. There is a shh. How'd that work for you? There was an astronaut. Unfortunately, he died on the Challenger. When he was a little boy, he went to the library to read a book and wasn't allowed to read it because it was in a white library. And subsequently...
He just hit the mic.
Yeah. Anyway, now we got the dog to stop barking. So, he went to this library, like as I said, as a child, wasn't allowed to read the book because it was an all-white library. The police actually got called on him.
Really?
Yeah.
That is so strange.
But that was the South.
All right, fair.
So, anyway, needless to say, this young man, eventually gets access to these books, becomes an astronaut, okay, becomes part of NASA. Unfortunately, he died on the Challenger mission. And here's the irony of it. Okay? The library that he was banned from being in is now named after him.
Oh.
And like I said, I mean, that's just, that floors me. That, by the way, was astronaut Ronald McNair.
Okay.
Really, really cool. Born in the 50s, and he died in 83. He was only 36 years old. But he died on the Challenger mission, and he was one of the first astronauts of color. It really, really awesome. And, that kind of, I'm just putting that out there. One, to correlate the behavior. Two, it's Black History Month, so I gotta do it. No, nobody, at least in this podcast, is black. Kai is black. But that's irrelevant. That's neither here nor there. So
You've got two minorities in your house.
I do.
You trying to collect them all?
I am.
Oh, I don't think our
like
house
Pokemon.
You can't say that. We can't say that.
Why can't I say Pokemon? I want to collect them all.
It sounds so bad. You want to collect all the minorities, huh,
I do.
Dad?
I do. I want to collect them all. All right. Anyway, so. And somebody else, it's funny because, like, I'm on this one Facebook page right now. It's for parents of transgender and non-binary kids. And
don't eat the mic.
We're talking about this, good grief, Texas people. It was posted by Miss Stephanie Friedman, so I'm going to give you a nice big shout out there, Stephanie, for posting this and bringing this to our attention. Like I said, a lot of people are kind of in shock and all. They feel really bad about it. Me and another person are talking. And I just commented on the fact that, we up here in PA, we're like floored by this. This is just, it blows me away. I can't fathom my children living in fear of, a teacher. Think about it. Think of if one of your teachers looked at you and went, "Do you feel safe at home?"
I feel like one of them would have by now.
Did you got misgendered in school today? And
I did. By my favorite teacher,
I know. That was horrible. Misgendered by... But you said in his defense that... I'll wait till you get back.
Sorry.
So Leo got misgendered, but apparently there was students were going to the board, and I guess a couple of girls went before Leo, and the teacher just got in the habit of saying she so often that when Leo got up there, that's what happened. He said she. The teacher said she instead of he, and it just kind of messed with. So anyway.
And the funny part about that...
Yeah?
Is he went from calling me a she to then calling me a they, them.
Yeah, you went from he, she to they, them. It's utterly ridiculous.
Which I never told him that they, them were acceptable pronouns for me, so that was fun.
Yeah, right?
I was like, how did he know?
Alright, so here's the thing. So, again, more people are posting on this, and the more and more. And we actually have the phone numbers right now to call down to Texas and to have a word with the Justice Department. And I will be giving those numbers out right here and right now. Why? Because, what are they going to do to me? So, if you feel like voicing your opinion to the Justice Office down there in Texas and having your 2 cents in the Department of Justice, please feel free. It's a 1-800 number. It's 1-800-877-8339. And I would really, really appreciate it if you would call and let them know exactly how you feel. Leo, don't pull your phone out.
I'm not.
Okay.
My phone's right here.
And this is the U.S. Department of Justice. So we're kind of like skipping the state level, and we're going right to the federal government for this. And I think a lot of people, like I said, I truly expect that this is going to get overturned. Mm-hmm. People from Canada talking about it, that they can't even fathom the outrage and the level of hatred that's going on. Now, here's the thing. Someone is saying that they've been informed that the statement was not true. Gender affirmation medical care for children has been illegal in Texas. So folks were traveling to Oklahoma for health care. With the new option, those folks are now at risk of being regarded as child abusers. So because they're leaving the state and coming back into the state for the transition or the medical needs, that kind of even makes it worse.
Yeah.
So, again, though, gender affirmation medical care in Texas is illegal, point blank. Mm-hmm. So they have to go outside the state to get it, which, okay, I get that. Because, if you want... If you want medical grade marijuana, most states are okay. If you want the party stuff, you have to go to certain states. I'm not saying we do. Leo's like, we do? What am I missing? Shits and giggles.
I'll tell you about that talk. I'll tell you about
Ships
that talk
and giggles.
That happened at lunch today.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Brownies.
Brownies. It's always about the brownies. I fear when Kai goes to college. So
you fear when Kai goes to college. You need to fear high school now.
So like I said, I lost my train of thought.
You got distracted by the weed brownies.
Oh, thank you. You brought me back to the weed brownies. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No, but I was saying about going out of state.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about gas prices here in PA, and if I left the state, they'd be cheaper.
Yeah.
Not the greatest correlation, but if your state says that this is illegal and your child really wants this, and you agree with it because you're backing your kid, you go out of state to do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, how many doctors do we have to call around to find you a doctor?
I think
two or three. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're on number 4 now.
Yeah. So, here's the thing, it's just like, it's nuts. So, there's all these House bills that are coming up. It looks like right now, Texas, like I said, Texas is one of these hotbed states. And we talked about this the other day, and we said that, I want to say there was like 14, maybe it's 14 different laws in Texas right now that they were trying to get through the House.
Mm-hmm. And this might have been one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And so, like I said, it's only going to be a matter of time. And I truly want to emphasize this, that I'm not a historian, I'm not a law expert in any way, shape, or form, but I'm almost positive that this goes against
the Constitution.
Yeah.
You're mentioning earlier how it seemed unconstitutional.
It seems unconstitutional to be able to tell a child tell a family what medical procedures they can and can't have. Mm-hmm. Insurance companies can do that because that's their job.
Yeah.
But the government, I don't think the government has that right. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm almost positive this will go to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court will go, hey, look, that's law's unconstitutional. You can't do that. Mm-hmm. But it's still going to be a very gray area. And the thing of it is that it will still be in the back of minds of doctors now who won't want to run that risk, and teachers who won't want to run that risk. Mm-hmm. But again, we come into the play is when has it ever been? And I can't fathom this. I really can't fathom, a parent looking at their kid going, I wanted a boy. Let's go, attach a twig and berries. Mm-hmm. Let's go rip your, vagina out.
It is usually a cheaper option to just put them up for adoption and have another one.
Right? Sell them to the highest bidder.
I'm sorry.
I didn't say that.
I did.
Wow.
It honestly just sounds cheaper to just do that, to just put.
I legitimately
put them
just
up for
said
adoption.
Look, seriously, we're not telling parents to put their kids up for adoption. We are not telling parents to put their kids on the black market. We're not. No matter how bad the teenagers get, we're not saying that. No. No. What we're saying is those options are cheaper.
You might make money off the black market if you sell your child.
Right? It's like a car. Cheaper by the parts. Okay. I'm going to stop now. I'm just going to... Oh, we're going to have to like erase this and start all over again.
Especially if it's a girl.
You need to stop. One of us is going to get squirted. It's gonna be me.
I have the weapon.
We're not saying that. We're definitely not encouraging that type of behavior. We're definitely not. This is our bad banter.
Mm-hmm.
What we are saying is that,
very expensive child abuse.
It is. I mean, like I said, top surgery is generally covered. Bottom surgery is not.
Mm-hmm.
That's a $15,000 surgery.
Yeah, on top of paying for medication.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like if anything, like this is not an abuse. This is not the means of abuse that is cheap. I mean, like that's nuts.
It's not cheap abuse.
No, it's really not. So again, unless you're like a diehard, I must have, you will conform to me. I think this is just the governor trying to, like I said, bark up a GOP tree.
Mm-hmm.
So I really, though, and the thing of it is, we've been talking about this one for a while, and I don't want to be just on this. So I want to think, we got to find something that's positive.
Yes.
And I do actually
We need positivity.
We do need something positive. And I do actually have something that's positive.
We just talked about selling a child.
I know.
Need positivity.
I know. We definitely need positivity. So, again, you guys know that I'm a huge fan of The Advocate. I absolutely love this website. I can't get over it, or can't, talk about it enough. It really, truly is an amazing site. It's amazing. It's probably an amazing newspaper or a magazine. I'd love to have a copy. Maybe if they'll listen to me, then they'll pick us up. I doubt it, but anyway. And we do know for a fact, okay, that the Texas Attorney General declared trans medical health care child abuse, and yeah, that's on there too. But here's what the other thing. Okay, we're starting to see this. Pro-LGBTQ plus companies are funding Florida lawmakers who backed Don't Say Gay. That's just even worse. Yeah.
How? What?
They backed the lawmaker, so everybody gets a little bit of woohoo. So anyway, but that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I want. There's a story that's coming out of New York City right now about a really, really famous playwright. Not a playwright, a play actor.
Mm-hmm.
A phenomenal baritone who has admitted at the age of 50 that he's not sure if he's a man or a woman.
Okay.
Right? I gotta find that article. All right. So, Broadway legend Harvey Fierstein opens up about his gender identity. I don't know who I am. This literally posted 9 hours ago. It came out on MSN.com. And the thing is, for those of you who don't know this guy, he is a very raspy, very husky, very Brooklyn baritone type voice. Somewhere between, they call him somewhere. His voice is somewhere between James Earl Jones and Dame Judi Dench. But anyway, in this interview, he's kind of talking about the fact that he says, but a while he's been heard for close to 50 years now across film, stage, and TV screen. He's won Tony Awards, and as of late, he's been concentrating on written words. He is 70 years old now. 70.
Damn.
He chronologues his time fighting for LGBTQ rights and surviving the AIDS crisis. We all remember the AIDS crisis of the 80s and the 90s. You don't. You weren't there yet. You weren't here yet. His journey through alcoholism, hard-won sobriety, tight fit. He's got a family, even a little bit of drag. And then he basically comes out and says, I don't know if I'm a man or a woman. He says, I'm still confused as to whether I'm a man or a woman. I don't have answers for anybody else because I don't have answers for myself. When I was a kid, I was attracted to men. I don't feel like a boy I was supposed to feel. Then I found out about being gay, so that's enough about me for that. He's like, I just don't know where I stand. He's been so focused on performing and all this other stuff that he has not focused on himself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's insane to be 70 years old and have that epiphany.
Yeah.
But in the same breath, the beauty of it is to be 70 years old